Hello, my dear listeners. Welcome to today's episode where we'll be talking about a topic that most of us have dealt with or have been dealing with: failure. Failure is a natural part of life, as we all know, and no matter how gifted we are, I think we've all experienced this at some point in our lives. So, in this episode, we're going to touch base on some strategies for coping with failures and turning them into an opportunity for growth and learning. So failure, as you know, can take many forms. It can be a missed opportunity, a rejected proposal, or a failed relationship. Regardless of the situation, the first step and also the hardest step in dealing with failure is acknowledging it. I can think of so many different instances when I felt like I had failed at something, especially when it came to motherhood, even when it comes to disciplining the girls, and even when it comes to work. I remember a time when I went into a partnership thinking, it was in my hands and I had it, and I sent them a proposal thinking, this is it. And it was rejected. And I thought, wow. And I didn't understand why. I thought, it gave me an opportunity to eat some humble pie, to think about where I could grow and improve, and maybe how I approach the situation and how I could do that differently next time. So, there's so many examples of how we might feel like we are a failure. But the important thing, as I said, was that we acknowledge it and we grow from it and we learn from it. And after experiencing this, I think the most important thing was that I realized that reframing my mindset would be the best way to deal with it. So instead of seeing it as a negative outcome, at the time I felt like it was really negative, and I thought like, oh my gosh, what's happening? I'm not relevant. No one wants to work with me, blah, 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 blah. Instead, I switched it and I said, I tried to view it as an opportunity for growth and learning. Again, as I said, I looked at it like, okay, what could I do differently next time? Where do I think I went wrong, or maybe how I could have proposed something differently. Failure can teach us a valuable lesson and provide us with feedback that can help us improve and become better versions of ourselves. And I think that's key right there, is that through every failure, we are becoming a better version of ourselves. Aside from reframing my mindset, I think it's also important to practice self-compassion when dealing with failure. We have to give ourselves some grace. It's easy to be hard on ourselves and to criticize our mistakes. And by doing the negative self-talk, we become counterproductive and we allow a spiral of negative emotions, which is not great. And it's something I also don't want my daughters to do. So I really try to practice that self-compassion. And I want Harper and Noah to do the same, because we're human and we will make mistakes. We're going to have some failures, but we really have to give ourselves some grace. And we have to allow ourselves to reflect and understand that things don't always go the way we wanted them to be. And that's just part of life. And that's an important lesson that I want my girls to learn as well. Another useful strategy for dealing with failure is to seek support from others. Talking to trusted people in your life can help you gain perspective and provide you with a genuine encouragement for whatever you're going through. And it gives you the support that you need at the time. So for me, I have despite, having an online presence, I feel that my very intimate personal friend circle is very small. And I do have some trusted friends that I can trust and who I reach out to when I feel like I could use that extra encouragement or reassurance or just a different perspective and get some, I don't want to say criticism, but maybe some feedback to help me learn and get better. Lastly, it's essential to stay resilient. We say this about our kids because they're resilient. I have to take a page out of Harper and Noah's book, but cultivating resilience takes time and practice, but it's a valuable skill that can help us overcome challenges and achieve our goals. I think, we don't give ourselves enough credit. And in the moment we think we're never going to get through it, or, it's the end of the world, or we're at rock bottom. And the truth is, we can only go up, and that we only get better, and that we learn from these things, and there's better and bigger things to come. And that's that. So dealing with failure is a part of life, but it's really how we handle it that defines us. So by reframing our mindset, practicing self-compassion, giving ourselves some grace, seeking support from others, and cultivating resilience is how we can turn failure into an opportunity for growth and learning. And for me, that's the real victory. So thanks for tuning in to today's episode. I hope you find that this discussion was very fruitful and helpful. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out to me. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast for more insightful conversations. See you at the next one.